every problem there exists a solution and at the very least an opportunity, said Michael Macmillan. I request and invite our chief guest for the day, Professor V.G. Talawar, Vice Chancellor, Reva University, Bangalore, and President, Karnataka Library Association, to now address the gathering.
Most respected Vice Chancellor of the University and the President of this inaugural function, Professor N. Sundar Rajan sir, respected Pro Vice Chancellor of Jain University and Conference Chair, Dr. N.G.R. Iyengar sir, my friend and Director of Directorate of Distance Education, Professor P.D. Kemparaju, another colleague and friend, Dr. Krishnamurthy, the Conference Director, Librarian of Jain University, Mrs. Meeramani, Registrar Evaluation of Jain University, Dr. Venkatesh, the distinguished faculty and committed staff of Jain University, my friend, senior friend, Professor Eva Asundi, Iron Gowda, Dr. Gomkumar, Mr. Kalyan, Professor Ramesha, Dr. Nagappa, Dr. Ramrajaras, dear professional friends. Good morning to you all. At the outset, let me congratulate the organizers of this very important conference on trends in management of academic libraries in digital environment. I also congratulate the management who promoted this national conference on a very important and appropriate topic of today for discussion. While traveling from Reva University more than 1.5 hours with this traffic, Bangalore traffic, I was just going through the OCLC report of 2010. When the recession began in America, particularly in 2005 and 2006, the number of users in the library started gaining momentum. In 2002, when the internet started dominating the world, the library users numbered, or the percentage of users went down to just 2%. 96% of the users were internet savvy. And in 2006 and 5, this number grew to 56. And in 2010, the library membership improved to 86%. In spite of the fact that the internet is dominating the world, we see a great change in the information world. When 3 of my young colleagues from Jain University visited Reva University on the other day, in spite of the fact that I said it is too long to come, you have told me, or you have invited me over the phone, that's more than enough. You send the message. You just send the message, I do come. They came personally. I could see in them the bubbling interest, the commitment, the service motto to serve the users better. Then I said immediately, I do come. And I was committed to come. But yesterday, due to this weather, my health immediately gone down. I was worried whether I could make it. When Madam telephoned me, and as well Krishnamurti telephoned me, in fact I was in bed, I was thinking whether to make it or not. But still, I got up at 3:30 and scribbled something that I may not do justice when I am inaugurating this national conference of importance. While the Jain University with such an interest is hosting, I scribbled something and have come with little preparation. Friends, we call libraries as temples of knowledge, providers of information, heart of education institutions, possessors of wealth of knowledge, and preservers and carriers or transformers of knowledge and wisdom from civilization to civilization. We always, as librarians, realized this and respected our users as customers. As in the essence of the customers, there exists no market or trade. Our forefather, particularly the father of library and information science, Dr. Ranganathan, laid the foundation by providing 5 laws of library science. We always remember, in every library you can see the 5 laws when you enter. Books are for use. Every book gets user. Every user his or her book. Save the time of the user or reader. Libraries are the growing organisms. Well, rather using the book, we could use it as information. As librarians, we always aim to serve the users to the best of their satisfaction. User satisfaction was librarians' primary concern. We see large amount of research in library information science is done on user information requirements, user behavior, user satisfaction, and so on. When we look back, users' needs, their approaches to information and libraries, we see a great transformation has taken place from time to time. Before 1970s and even around 80s, when we were serving the library, users' needs were confined to books, or at the most journals, abstracts, indexing journals, reports, trades, catalogs, so on and so forth. Advances in technologies and communication systems, information explosion, time management consciousness among people, growing economy, and many such factors influenced greatly on users' approach towards information. Internet, particularly in the 1990s and later, brought a sea change in users' approach to information and as well on libraries. This is more so in academic circle as we see a paradigm shift in higher education, our total education system as such, at a global level. With a change in users' requirements, their approaches in demands, libraries use different methods and techniques to organize and maintain and disseminate information to satisfy the user's needs. Users of current generation are more IT and internet savvy. Web is their regular companion. Fast expanding mobile technologies are adding new dimension in access to information and managing their usages. Remote access systems are critical and essential to access e-resources seemingly. Users not only need print resources, whether books, articles in journals, reports, trade literature, standards, patents, and so on. They want, in addition to it, internet resources, databases of abstracts, full-text databases with search gateways such as Scopus, Web of Science, EBSCO, Emerald, JGate, SciFinder, JSTOR, and so many. Thus, the requirements today are beyond borrowing printed books and just searching information through internet within the library. They do not want multiple searches. That takes time and is boring and strenuous. A single point information search is the need of the hour for users. User privacy is yet another demand, increasingly gaining momentum as users want to maintain their own personal e-library. Thus, the questions before us are we ready to meet today's users' requirement? Does our OPAC facilitate single point search for all type of resources like Google? Does our integrated library system or automated software effectively supports management of today's varied users' tasks? Many of you would agree that no. We have automated our libraries, all library operations. We are providing e-resources and such other services. In the pre-internet world dominated by the print collection, our so-called integrated library system or library automation software served as best end-to-end resource and process management system. It is well nurtured and is still being used to manage the hybrid version of print and e-resources. But we cannot sit quiet and become spectators. We will have to enrich our OPAC further. Library should additionally add the catalog data for all its e-books and journal collections, e-journal collections. In case of its journal collection, the cataloging practice should ensure that the OPAC would have each journal listed with holding information separately for print and e-version with appropriate web link to e-version. Make the aged list of subscribed journals part of distinctly visible in the OPAC. Add the list of journals subscribed by library withholding information to consortia customized JGates services offered by InPribNet or a similar database of journal literature if the library is subscribing. Connect OPAC and JGate using Z39.5 protocol or such other protocol. This will integrate your library holdings, both books and journals in print as well as e-version, with InPribNet's e-journal resources for a Google-like search at metadata level. Make the library's website at the starting point of library search, including visiting Google with facility to track the sites visited by users. With the help of the open source software like VuFind. Apart from this, friends, in this connection, I am happy to say that under the leadership of Professor Gowda, Iron Gowda, who is very much present here, Mysore University has made a notable advances and brought in a great change in the library services. He not only brought a great change in the library operations and services, but he went to departments, caught hold of the teachers, researchers, students, not once. Probably he would have visited dozens of times, almost every department, make them understand the importance of information, importance of use of e-information. And that's how today Mysore University is top in library or e-usage. Friends, apart from this, we will have to have a system wherein our library tool facilitates single point search and access information from variety of sources. We should have a system that helps in metadata extraction and aggregation, remote access and user authentication, user tracking and analysis, and linking license document to e-resource records. You would have been aware that there are technologies and products available today to handle these functions. Hence, friends, the challenge before us is to adopt an integrated resources management system like that of ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning, which many of the education institutions are adopting today. And thereby, we can deliver complete solution to 4 key areas, namely the content, metadata, technology, and users.